Have you ever stood on the edge of the earth, watching it breathe fire? Wow! I can't believe this is happening. Oh my gosh. Let's rewind. Back to where the story begins, in the Rio Dulce. Our tools put away inside the boat, our bags packed, and finally a promise of adventure ahead.
We're saying goodbye to this hot weather.
And all this freaking boat work.
And hello to some nice, refreshing, cool weather.
And a really cool adventure. We left Saoirse behind, her scars of unfinished boat work yelling at us as we walked away. We loaded into a bus that carried us through Guatemala's endless green. Mountains, valleys, villages flashing by the window. We were headed to Antigua, one of the country's most iconic cities. Traveling by bus in Guatemala is an experience in of itself. It's affordable, comfortable, but sometimes it's a gamble of how long it will take you to arrive. But at least you get a chance to see so much of this beautiful country. We made it. However, it took 3 extra hours, and now we're starving.
And lost.
And lost.
Delicious.
Very good.
Good.
It looks like an Ewok, man.
Might have got that in there. That's right.
Antigua greeted us with its timeless charm. Cobblestone streets, century-old buildings, and volcanoes standing guard on the horizon. The city felt alive with history and anticipation of the upcoming Giant Kite Festival. We arrived in Sampago, where the festival is held every year, super early to avoid traffic. But the atmosphere was already buzzing with families. The streets were lined with colorful stalls filled with traditional foods, trinkets, and large pots of sweet coffee.
Street coffee.
Street coffee. For the Mayan people, the Day of the Dead, or Dia de los Muertos, is an annual tradition bringing families together to honor those who have passed. That morning, families were busy decorating grave sites and praying softly to their loved ones to have a safe journey back to Earth from their afterlife. We made it onto the field, where small groups were hovering over the kite teams as they were busy prepping the giant pieces of artwork on the ground. We couldn't wait to see one of these go up. Months prior to this festival, the giant kites are meticulously crafted from bamboo, cloth, and paper. Some of these kites are enormous, some up to 60 feet in diameter and weighing over 200 pounds. There are teams of people helping to hoist them into the sky, smiling as they finally get to see their artwork displayed for everyone. Due to their size, the kites don't actually fly, but stand tall, tethered to the ground by ropes, creating a stunning sight. The sky was also dotted with smaller homemade kites. As we walked through the crowd, we had to be careful not to trip on the kite strings. The tradition is as ancient as it is beautiful. It's believed that on this day, the souls of the departed are closest to us, and the kites are the messages sent directly to them. According to legend, the intricate designs, weavings, and colorings on each kite serve as a bridge, allowing the living to communicate with their ancestors while protecting them from the interference of evil spirits. Today, the kites carry a whole new layer of meaning. While they once served as means to connect with the departed, they also now deliver messages of peace, hope, and solidarity among the living. Many designs reflect contemporary social issues, calling for an end to violence, corruption, and injustice, blending ancient tradition with modern advocacy. Surrounding us, the air was alive with the irresistible aroma of street food. Steak, cotton candy, grilled corn, and a tempting treat that caught our eye. Naturally, we couldn't resist in indulging. Fair food.
Corn.
Tastes like popcorn. As the kites filled the horizon, so did the crowd. Throughout the day, more and more people flocked to the festival, and we overheard that up to 100,000 people would join in on the festivities. By noon, we were overstuffed, overwhelmed, and overstimulated, so we decided to make our way back to Antigua and get ready for our next big bucket list adventure.
This is all the gear we're bringing tomorrow when we hike a volcano. Well, it's a dormant volcano.
Yeah.
Next to an active
Mount
volcano.
Acatenango.
Sure.
We'll get the name right tomorrow, I promise. I just came up with this idea to put these in these bags that we have for our vegetables and fruits and stuff. But it kind of squishes down our gear. I have all of our hats and gloves and whatever these things are called in the full face. It's going to be really cold at the top of the mountain. Some snacks, extra camera gear, batteries, toilet paper. And we are going to bed and getting a solid 8 tonight.
So we're going to bed right now.
Right now, after we put this in a bag. We've never hiked a volcano before. I mean, we've hiked volcanoes, but we've never seen an active volcano before. So I'm really excited to see explosions. And in order to get my solid 8, I brought my backup, Beam Dream. I'm not a good sleeper typically, but throw travel on top of it, sleeping in another bed, other pillow, eating differently, it doesn't help my sleep. So I made sure I was bringing this with me this time, and now I know I'm going to be able to go to sleep, stay asleep, and wake up feeling amazing for this hike tomorrow, right? Typically I would have this with milk, but since I'm here in a hotel, I'm gonna have to drink it with water, which is just as good cold, but I would like it warm with milk. Right now you can get their lowest price ever, like 2-for-1 price with early access to their Black Friday sale. This one is the pumpkin spice flavor. Tastes like Red Hots. But these are the ingredients: CBD, reishi, magnesium, L-theanine, and melatonin. If you guys want to try this out for yourself and get a quality night's sleep, be sure to check our link in the description box below or here, or click this QR code. This is going to give you early access to Beam's Black Friday sale, and you can get up to 50% off site-wide, so don't miss out. It's limited time offer. I really hope you guys check this out because it has changed my game on sleep, and I can't stop talking about it. I tell everybody, check it out yourself. For now, we're gonna go to bed and get ready for this hike tomorrow. I'm so afraid.
It is nice and early and we are ready to go. We gotta meet up with our friends, drop off some stuff, and then meet the tour company.
What's your name?
Upstairs. Breakfast of champions.
With their bellies full of carbs, we loaded into the bus for a 13-mile drive, climbing 650 meters to the trailhead, which is at 2,150 meters above sea level. My ears popped as we ascended, and I was so thankful the time that we had already spent in Antigua adjusting to the altitude.
The guide was saying we are gonna start down here. We're gonna work our way up and then cross over. And then from here we go around, and this is where our base camp is. And then tomorrow morning at 3:30 a.m., 4 a.m., we're gonna hike up, over, and then all the way to the peak.
Dog gonna hike with us?
He looks ready.
He's ready, man.
He wants snacks.
He's ready. He's gonna hike with us. All right, so we're at the beginning of the hike. See how smiley and how happy I am?
And we start. That volcanic dirt. So rich. So green.
As we start the trailhead, surrounded by farmland carved into the mountainside, it's really hard to imagine the icy summit that awaits us above.
Oh, that corn. Crazy.
Acatenango is considered dormant now. The last eruption was in 1972, but it was relatively minor compared to the more volatile neighbor, El Fuego, which erupts as frequently as 10 to 15 times an hour, sending plumes of ash and lava into the sky. It's been a consistent activity since 2002.
How you doing?
Surviving.
I'm doing great. Now that Beau has my book bag.
I become a Sherpa.
All the guys are saying he's muy fuerte.
They're just trying to encourage me so they don't have to carry it.
This is our third stop. Yeah, these are nice having little stops.
Mm-hmm.
This is definitely a very hard hike, so if you're planning on doing it, maybe start training now.
Yeah, it is very difficult.
I think most of the dogs that are hiking with us are self-appointed guides, and we tip this guy with some beef jerky for his service.
More?
We're in the class now. Wow.
I can literally feel the air getting thinner.
Did you devour your sandwich?
Yeah. What's the surprise? Almuerzo
Burrito.
con pollo.
Con cucumber.
How's that brownie?
Oh, so good.
It's so good because we're on top of the mountain.
Looks like a storm is on its way, so we're putting on our waterproof pants and our jackets. Heck.
Oops, sorry.
We're in the clouds. The cloud forest. We did one of these in Seba.
So you can hear the volcano already. We thought it was thunder while we were having lunch, but it's gotta be definitely the volcano.
Every step brings us closer to the summit. But it's the journey itself. These moments of quiet, the sound of our boots on the trail, and heavy breaths that make it unforgettable.
Could you imagine being the very first person to hike this thing? No path. Yeah, like just bushwhacking the whole way. Jeez.
Look at that fog coming off the mountain.
Wow. So you can see right over here, there's the plume from the volcano.
It's our first viewing.
We're almost at our rest stop though.
Look at that hike. There's a horsey. Oh, a taxi. Oh. Wow. We're above the clouds.
Yeah.
Amazing. Beau picked up another girl's bag. My superhuman husband. You gotta love him. Getting a lot windier up here. I mean, we're literally above the clouds. Crazy.
At this moment, we are in the process of climbing an elevation equivalent to 13 Eiffel Towers stacked on top of each other, just to give you some perspective. The pine trees here are adapted to the high altitudes and volcanic soil, giving this part of the trail a fresh, earthy smell with a touch of Christmas.
No, the country is in 2 more minutes after the...
That is El Fuego there?
Yeah.
Oh, you can see the lava.
Yeah.
Oh, look, 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 look.
Wow, this is exciting.
And see on the bottom?
Yeah, more down is more...
See the lava right there, right below the clouds? Where the little trail is, to the left of it?
Oh yeah, that's lava?
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
Whee! This is our first time ever seeing a volcano eruption. We've always done either semi-active or dormant hotels, volcanoes.
Oh, this is nice.
Best view of a in the toilet ever. Once the fog clears.
Yeah. Welcome Tropicana.
Gracias.
Yeah, Tropicana tour, bien.
I'm not gonna lie, but I have a tiny little pit in my stomach that these clouds aren't gonna go away, and I just hiked this whole entire volcano and might not see this volcano. After 5 hours of hiking and what seemed like forever, we finally reached base camp. This is where we'll spend the night, perched high above the clouds with a front row seat to Fuego's fiery spectacle. Hopefully.
We made it! But
It is completely overcast.
turn it around. Womp, womp, womp. But fingers crossed, we have many hours up here. We've seen kind of it coming up, so they said it comes and go.
Yeah, so hopefully it'll go sooner than later. But really, you can't really see it during the day anyways.
Yeah.
So at night, it's going to be
We've seen some plumes.
more vibrant. Yeah.
But look at our cool cabin.
Go do a
Thing of cribs.
Yeah. Welcome to the cribs.
Are very keen to give us more concessions.
You gotta get in.
They really.
These are our bunk mates.
Bunk mates. Yeah. Woo! Beau's snack for dinner. Waiting for it.
These two volcanoes sit side by side and share the same volcanic system, both in the Ring of Fire, which is a massive horseshoe-shaped zone of tectonic activity encircling the Pacific Ocean. This area is home to 75% of the world's active and dormant volcanoes and experiences frequent earthquakes and volcanic eruptions due to the movements of the tectonic plates. And El Fuego is one of the most active volcanoes in the Ring of Fire and adds to the dramatic volcanic landscape of this region. That is the whole reason we're hiking today, to witness its fiery fury firsthand.
What is happening? This is so cool.
As disappointed as we are for the clouds to be covering El Fuego, they sure are creating a stunning canvas for one of the most breathtaking sunsets we've ever seen. In the distance, you can see a couple of the other peaks in the volcanic chain, Agua and Pacaya.
Love.
So pretty. Definitely worth the hike.
Oh, wrong way.
Do you want us to take a picture of you?
Oh, that would be great.
We're floating in the clouds.
As the sun sets, the temperature quickly plummets. Tonight, it's just below freezing, and this campfire is doing its best to keep us warm. I think that we are all very, very grateful for the layers upon layers of clothes we have on.
Whoa! Please be in focus. Wow. Wow. Oh, I think this is working. Oh my gosh. Huh.
And finally, the magic of Acatenango really begins. And at this moment, the moans of pain and exhaustion have been traded for cheers of excitement to finally see this volcano in action. It was all so worth it.
If you take the flash off, it might be better. If you take your flash off, it might take up, because it's trying to get this in focus, so you'd be able to maybe get it better here.
And you can feel Fuego's energy even from here. It's a reminder that this is a living, breathing landscape. After most of the hikers had retreated to the warmth of their cabins, I stayed up with my camera aimed and ready. I was just waiting for that one eruption. The eruption. I was able to capture a couple, but the cold finally forced me to join the others, who are probably now fast asleep. I wasn't asleep long when I woke up to lightning and the call of nature. So I grabbed my toilet paper and my camera and left the cocoon of my sleeping bag behind. Once outside, I used the outhouse and walked back toward the cabin. And just as I stopped, this happened. This moment will live forever in my head as the eruption. Oh my gosh! this is happening. Oh my gosh. This morning, we got a knock on the cabin to head to the summit. I hadn't slept a week. The lightning, the volcanoes rumbling, and a dog in the distance did their best to keep me entertained through the night and the early morning. But I got dressed, packed up my bag, and headed out with Beau. But about 20 minutes in, the altitude knocked me to the ground, taking my breath and the will to continue to the summit out of me. So Beau had to carry on without me.
I'm just going solo. Brandy couldn't make it. Me and the rest of the crew. Man, it's so gorgeous up here. Sunrise in the east. Got the volcano just to the south. Wish Brandy could have made it up here. It is stunning. It's too cool. Literally, it's freezing up here.
At the top of the summit, it's 13,045 feet. Many hikers don't make it, like me, because of the altitude, but I'm so glad Beau got to go because it looked gorgeous. Once the group came down from the summit, we had a quick breakfast, had one last look at El Fuego, and headed back down the way we came up. It's so cute because these dogs are like guiding us. Extra guides. Believe it or not, the dogs on Acatenango are some of the most experienced hikers you'll ever meet. They know these trails better than anyone, and they're always ready to tag along for a warm campfire and some leftover snacks. And we are descending. Are you waiting for us? Yeah?
We're in no hurry. This is the easy part, right?
I don't know, it's still uphill. What the heck is that?
Yeah, I know, right?
As we made our way down the mountain, each step felt like a blend of relief and reflection. For both of us, this journey was more than just a hike. It was a challenge that pushed us physically, mentally, and emotionally. We will never forget the raw power of nature and the way El Fuego lit up the sky like a firework display you could feel in your chest. Our legs ached,
Cool.
our lungs burned, but our hearts felt full.
Ready?
This wasn't just a hike. It was a reminder of how small we are in the face of something so immense, yet how capable we are of climbing toward it. As I descend, I feel a mix of exhaustion, gratitude, and awe, knowing that this experience has left me changed in ways I will carry forever. And I'm sure Beau feels the same.
So glad we don't work.
Acatenango's trailhead passes through 4 distinct climate zones: farmland, cloud forest, alpine forest, and the volcanic summit. So layering will be your best friend if you choose to do this hike. I'm breaking my neck. Following a tip from our friends, we found it a lot easier to jog down than to tread slowly, which kind of caused you to slip and slide more on top of the loose volcanic soil. Kind of like skiing down the mountain, we zigzagged our way down the path.
So much fun running down this. you can really pick up speed. You really gotta watch where you're going. Way easier to come down than go up.
We made it back. We're still in one piece. Is this the end? Or no? Oh no! I thought this was the end.
We got one more stop.
One more stop.
Before the bus stop.
Okay. Okay. I'll be back.
I love your enthusiasm.
Well, we're down at the buses now. So,
So much excitement.
We
made it. We are.
We made it. We're still
so
alive.
Enthusiastic.
We didn't get
Murdered.
burned.
Yeah. I think our legs are jello.
Easy was a lot. Or
Coming down.
was a lot easier than going up. Way easier.
Now we have a 2-hour bus ride back, which we need to get on now.
Yeah.
But
And
that was super amazing.
it was definitely worth the hike up. We hiked over 3,000 meters.
I don't know. It's like a 13,900 to the summit.
Oh yeah, it was like, yeah, because we had to go up and down. It was a lot. I think 13 kilometers.
I don't know.
That's what he said.
I don't know.
Our brains aren't working
Yeah.
right now, so.
We need rest and refuel. Bye guys.
But we made a lot of friends,
Yeah.
and we need to get back to work. So.
Back to the boat yard.
Not really looking forward to it, but do what you gotta
Nice
do.
break.